Well, hello. Happy to see you all. Hope you're doing well. And if you're not, I'm sending you tons of love and healing energy. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, all over the world, even if you're in Newfoundland or if you're in the UK or you're right here in the US with me. I hope you're staying warm because we're all experiencing some super cold. There goes the notification. Yes, we're live. I want to thank my live audience. We have a live chat. I'll be sharing a lot of their opinions and thoughts, like our beautiful Debbie Gazzardo. We're going to be going to Nova Scotia, Lansdowne, Nova Scotia, Canada today, back into the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case. I also want to give a huge shout out to my absolutely amazing replay crew. You guys never cease to amaze me, and I thank you for all your love and support. All of you collectively have been hyping up the videos or the lives, and I see you're hitting that like button and subbing up. So thank you for all of that. Greatly appreciate it. There's our lovely Debbie. A lot of mods today. Hello, Jenny Bill. Finally, girl. Good to see you. Hey, Nikki UK. Good to see you, my love. Hi, my beautiful Carla. I certainly hope you feel better soon. You and Miss Rage. I hope you feel better soon. Hello, lovely. I'm trying to catch Alice and I can't. Chat's flying, so hold on. Brace yourself, right? A lot of people coming in. And Jennyville, I can't find her. Where is Jennyville? There you are. And where's Jennifer Swain? Oh, there you are. I think we got everybody. And there's Zozo in the house. Oh yeah, we got everybody. Oh, so good to see you, Zozo. And Jennifer Swain, oh yeah, you did pick up your stuff. Everybody's stuff that was in our delivery that we thought that got lost in shipping, those 3, all arrived. Everybody got their stuff. I'm so happy about that. Hey, Allison, well, hello there. hello. Oh, we have a lot to talk about. There is some update. It's not much, but really it is. It actually says a lot. And I'm like, OMG, that just deepened how I feel about there being foul play and who my main suspect is these days. I say these days because in the beginning, my focus was on Daniel only. Like I was like Daniel, and then everybody else covered it up. But since then, things have changed. And this last unredacted documents that the news has, and I also have the Globe and Mail, that report, but I'm not going to read through all of it like everybody else is doing. We're just going to jump into the pieces that I need to show you. Hey, Connie Branch. Hello, lovely. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. My babies are my ones. Welcome back, beautiful. Good to see you. Everybody here, good to see you. Kylie's Nail Candy is here. Good to see you as well. Hey, Jamie Brown, you have a question for the mods before the show starts. Should a YouTube creator be reported if he calls a subscriber the C word? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I'm going to leave that up to y'all. Hi, Connie. How are you? Okay, my chat just froze. My dogs are going to bark because my son's returning from a doctor appointment. My dogs alert anytime somebody comes into my home. Waiting for the notice of how much customs wasn't, Nikki? I don't know, lovely. I know that any shipping international, they have their own tariffs and their own taxes that have nothing to do with my part, but I do know that does happen. Yes, I'm so glad everything arrived. Cheryl had something arrive. Where is Cheryl? I don't see Cheryl. Oh, my babies are mine. Oh, yes. So now you've got double decks, right? Yeah. I found out when it's Christmas, it can take 6 weeks to deliver to international over Christmas. Allison, you love your order. I'm so glad you got everything. So now you have double orders. I know, right? I know. Share with a friend. So if you do want anything at our shop, we have some beautiful items. It's the way I take care of myself. It's my, main hustle, and then YouTube's my side money, right? Because it's not reliable, and it really, I don't do enough videos, I guess, or lives for YouTube the dogs. I'm so sorry. Let me play something for you and we'll come back. Let's get up on the board here. There we go. We're all put together. Let's go to this. This is the court document shed light on relationship of mom, stepdad, and missing children. It's the CBC News, and we'll go ahead and play that.
Newly released court documents in the case of missing children Lilly and Jack Sullivan provide a closer look at the relationship between their mother and stepfather. The latest details come from lifted redactions CBC and other media outlets have been fighting for in the case. The documents include an affidavit filed by RCMP that explains the investigation to date. Malaya Brooks Murray and her boyfriend Daniel Martel were together for about 3 years before Jack and Lilly disappeared on May 2nd. All of them lived in the Lansdowne trailer where the children were last seen. According to the documents, Martel told police they'd been fighting about money. His mother also referenced financial difficulties. The new records disclosed that in an RCMP interview, Brooks Murray said Martel would try to block her, hold her down, and once he pushed her. She said he would also take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom, which would sometimes be physical and hurt. Martel provides a different account. He told police their relationship was good and they had ups and downs like any other couple. He said they would yell at each other when they were fighting, but there was no physical violence in their relationship. RCMP Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon confirmed the nature.
Hold on a minute. Y'all, I'm not here to judge anybody's relationship, but I would like to understand the relationship when the children went missing to see if it played a part in that. However, she waits for her 5th interview to bring up that he one time pushed her. We've known she suggested that he held her down and took her phone. And sometimes it hurt. Okay, bad behavior, right? Controlling, no doubt. A man should never do that. A woman should never do that. That shouldn't have been occurring. Does it count for me in the sense that, from my perspective, I mean, I'm not saying that it's any less abusive. I'm just saying I got punched in the face while holding a baby. That's true physical danger. Okay, that's true danger. Like, you have to take action. So in this, she waits till her 5th interview. And a lot of people want to give the mother this big excuse that, she was trying to leave. And I did it too. But the more I look into the mother, the more I'm suspicious of her being the perpetrator. That's just how I feel. I feel Jamie and Daniel and her are all guilty. I think it's highly possible, because Daniel made it clear that he felt like in his interview, he said, well, of course they're going to suspect the stepfather. Why wouldn't they? Naturally they're going to. Hold on just a second. So, hey, Runs with Scissors, good to see you. Hey, McCarthy, welcome back as well. Good to see you, Jamie Brown. I love seeing all these beautiful faces. So, I'm not trying to undermine what she shared, right? But it does feel like there's more to the story because the mother wants all this stuff suppressed. We're going to get into how she was trying to keep, and still is, information redacted in the court documents from the public. And her reasoning is because she wants to hold on to her dignity. There's some intimate personal details, and she doesn't want them out in the public because it could stereotype. It could add fuel to the fire and speculation of stereotyping her culture. That's a fudge. That's a cop. That's a cop out. I'm trying to be nice, but the truth is I feel like she's pulling the culture card to avoid having something out in the public. So the big question I have is, what does she fear? What are these personal details that will reveal all about her personally that she doesn't want people to know? What about herself is she actually hiding? If there is something that suggests that she wasn't taking care of these kids, that she was attached to these children, it could also leave her as a detached mother that wasn't taking care of her children, trying to leave a man. And if she doesn't seem to care that much about them, I'm just saying, it would appear that the children may be perceived by a mother that doesn't want the children as extra baggage. We've heard a lot about planting, right? Daniel talked about 2 sweaters getting planted, the blankets getting planted, all this stuff about planting in a missing children's case. Jack and Lilly would not have people planting or even suggesting planting around their case if they were just simply wandered off. The new update suggests that they basically just don't have enough criminal evidence to really make an arrest yet, but they are not closing the door. So my suspicion does play back onto the mother. And it's very interesting that if this had happened, that's something that the mother may have done in the home to the children, that it would really put the stepfather and the stepgrandma in a predicament. And they may have covered it up to avoid themselves being the suspicious ones, because they're the loud one, they're the talkers, they're the step family, and Daniel had already made it clear that he knew from the get-go he was going to be the main suspect. He talked about being in water up to his waist, but yet his clothes were dry, so we all ask, when were you up to your waist in water? Right? Liam in the house. Hello, lovely. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Jennifer says, me too, Mama D. I've changed my opinion about the mom, but Danielle and Jeannie are responsible for the cover-up in your opinion. Thank you, lovely, for sharing that. Did somebody actually... I'm just checking some. Yeah, I do feel... Lynn says, in my opinion, she said they got to make a plea or story in your opinion. I'm very suspicious of the mother. These types of mothers that aren't attached to their children, there are signs in the little bit we have of just going into the store with the baby and leaving Daniel with the children. If he was the abuser, you wouldn't leave the children alone with him, right? Even in public, because, he's got 2 children that he's got a handle. He's only got 2 aunts. He's got 2 kids. But if you're worried that Daniel is going to harm the children, would you walk away for 7 minutes, let alone any time, if you were protective? Linsman says, in my opinion, Mom was responsible from the beginning. There's so much to this. In your opinion, Runs with Scissors says, in my opinion, she neglected the kids. And a neglectful mom doesn't care. That's what neglect means, not caring for the child, neglecting to provide care. And yes. And if she is neglectful, she is detached from how they feel. There's not a lot of empathy going on for these children. How do we know she didn't make some sort of a move? And in that process of really looking at it and saying, my gosh, I did that whole video or live where I was showing you all the different mothers, from Leilani Simon to Susan Smith to all these horrible mothers that pled for their children, even snot and boogers from Leilani, but none of them cried. None of them had tears, right? And Malia can make a pretty sad face. But there weren't tears. No, it was very methodical. They were cold yesterday and probably wet, but they might be warm today. We are all feeling pain and sorrow. She never says how she feels about these children, right? Then we get these prefabricated little comments, right? That just, where she's like, I just want them home, blah, 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 blah. I want them home, Allison, you got somebody in as a detective. We got a PI in the house. PI in the house. We got a rookie. Who's our rookie today? Lisbon. Welcome to our PIs. Welcome, lovely. Lisbon says Malia broke character so many times in her only interview. In my opinion, that's why they shut her up. Jeannie says at the very beginning, Malia said she felt safer with Daniel than she ever did. Not sure where I saw that. That's what Daniel said, not Malia. Well, Malia may have said it, but we didn't hear it. It came from Daniel. She's the girl version of Chris Watts. That's strong. So I just wanted to kind of bring this out. It's something I discovered. And I don't know why nobody else has talked about it. It took me a long time in research on these cases. I've been in true crime since 2016. I'm going to use my lotion. Jersey Girls. Self-sponsoring. This is the best lotion in the world, though. And they can tell you because they bought the lotion. And they have samples of the lotion. So it's amazing. And it's all raw cow milk. It's wonderful. It smells great. This is the spearmint lavender. So where I was going is a lot of these cases where multiple children have something happen to them, multiple, not just one. So when I look at multiple things happening to children, and then I look at mothers that have multiple children have something happen. Drowning. They drown their children. I don't know why. Maybe they feel it's more human. But Susan Smith drove her car off. Right into the thing full of kids. Claimed a black man did it. There were others too. But often the multiple children, more than one, involves water. Whether it be a lake, a river, a bathtub. What was that lady that had like 5 kids, and she did that way long ago in the 70s? And she was creepy. She had short blonde hair, Diane Freeze. Am I right? Somebody let me know in chat. So yeah, there's that there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the rest of this. We'll go back over. We'll listen to the rest of this, and then we're going to get into the Globe and Mail, the part I want to share with you where Malaya is trying to suppress the information coming out about her personally, which I find very interesting. Joyce Dawn, hi, True Crime in Chat. Where do I order the lotion? Probably said, just got here. And then Zoe's giving it to you. Thank you, Joyce Dawn. There you go. There you go. All right, my lovelies, let's continue with
Nature of their relationship at the time of the children's disappearance is part of the investigation.
Are any of the children's family members considered suspects in this case?
I wouldn't say anybody's a suspect. Again, we continue to gather information and whatever evidence that we are able to find, and we'll make our decisions based on that. But we are not in a position to really comment on suspects or anything like that at this time.
The case is still being investigated under the Missing Persons Act and has not moved to a criminal investigation.
So they're saying it has not moved to criminal investigation. Sorry, y'all, I got to get all our windows open. I didn't realize I didn't have them open when I went to the screen. So if it's not a criminal investigation, fine, but I want to remind you that it has been alleged that no baths were ever mentioned about being given at all to these children, yet it's been alleged, strong rumor, that there was a bathtub full of water. So if the children aren't bathed, and we know that they're not bathed very often because look at their little Christmas pictures. Their hands, their fingernails are actually black underneath. Not just dirty, but black. These children are not bathed very often. So if RCMP arrived and there was a bathtub of water, that could suggest something very nefarious. And would Daniel hide that? Well, I told you that what we learned today, which we're going to go over, what Malaya's stance is on not unredacting things, but keep them private, and why she feels that way and so forth. It's not worry about Jack and Lily. It's worry about her ego and how others will see her and private details of hers. Is there something there that suggests that she was suffering from a detachment to these children that would reveal that this mother may have felt that these children were baggage, if you feel what I'm saying? Jennifer, didn't she say they'd be wet and cold out there? Yeah, I think she did. Yes, I will be restocking. We are selling out as fast as I can get the lotion and the soap. And I had a huge order. I have an order of over 22 bars of soap, and I think it's something like, I think it's 12 bottles of lotion. I'd have to look, but that all comes in on Monday. I meet the ladies, and I get all of it, and I will restock it, I promise. But there is a few bars of soap left. Not that many. Not that many. And I'm even less on lotion. It need more goats. Yeah, Liam, we need more goats. Yeah, the soap is actually goat's milk. It's amazing. I've never used anything like this lotion. I've never used anything like this goat's milk. It's just all natural, and it's so luxurious. Truly is. Allison says, I was missing everyone too. Unfortunately, tech party clashed with your footy. Aw! We missed you, Allison. She did say that, but it was cold and rainy the day they went missing. Correct, Lisbon. Very true, very true. So let's continue to watch this and see what he has to say.
But in new submissions, the Crown noted that while there is currently no reasonable grounds to believe a crime has taken place, it could become criminal.
When they state that there are no reasonable grounds for a criminal offense, what that really says to me is that there's currently not enough evidence to make an arrest for a crime, but a crime is not obviously being ruled out. It's a very important linguistic distinction.
The documents also say RCMP are using technology-based investigative techniques which may provide information to support criminality and help find Lilly and Jack. Angela McIver, CBC News, Halifax.
Yes, yes, yes. So when it comes to Jack and Lilly, this article, let me do this. Let's switch this over. This article is the Globe and Mail, and it's from today. It was updated 8 hours or 7 hours ago, okay? Mother of missing Nova Scotia children complained of intimate partner violence to police, court docs show. All right, you guys, hold the phone. He pushed her once. Okay, I get that. He would hold her down, take her phone. Not nice. I don't know if I can qualify it as serious abuse. I mean, my kids, when they were young, used to do that shit all the time. Hold each other down to take away a toy, not to have to go in there. Come on, guys, come on. So let's keep it real. I'm not hearing about any punches to her face or choking or anything really scary. I'm just saying. But I do watch Malaya, and I know she likes to manipulate things into her perception, as we all do, is my opinion. And could she be hiding some information that would lead us down that path of asking why was there bathwater? I don't know. The mother of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, let's go ahead and get you over here. You can read it with me. The missing Nova Scotia children who disappeared more than 8 months ago. And yes, it's sad. Told police in the early stages of the investigation that her common-law partner had at times been physically violent with her in the home. Newly unsealed court documents show. Now, unless they're seeing something I'm not seeing that it's truly physically violent. It's more of blocking her and trying to take her phone away, which isn't cool. But as far as physically violent, I think of smacking someone up. That's physically, So when RCMP major crimes investigators asked the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, whether her then common-law partner, Danielle Martel, was physically abusive, she alleged that he would try to block her, hold her down, and once he pushed her. Police wrote an application to request records to help with the investigation into the missing children. So let's get down here. I'm more into what happened to Lilly and Jack, and I feel that there are a lot of information. Okay, hold on. Let's see. There's the part. I should have highlighted it for you. Okay. The newly released information shows that investigators were focused on learning about the home life of Jack and Lilly in the early stages of their disappearance. The Globe previously reported on their family situation, including alleged coercion control, that's what I call it, that affected their mother, the parents' financial struggles, as well as admitted drug use by their stepfather, multiple black eyes on the children, main concern right there for me, and a visit from a provincial child protection social worker to investigate a report of abuse or neglect, right? Neglect. That's, I think, is a big deal. And I think also we're all focused on these black eyes, which are terrible. But it's very possible the school was reporting neglect, like unclean, unfed. We heard that there was a lock on the refrigerator, but that they could go into the pantry and get what they wanted. Not so sure. They don't seem like they're helicopter parents. That whole thing about, both parents stating that if anyone offered them food or water, the children would go with them. Or water. I don't know, y'all. Other information in the document that, oh, wait, big point here. Miss Brooks Murray did not respond to a request for comment. Previously, she has denied involvement in the children's disappearance. Other information in the documents that is still sealed relates to the wording of questions asked of Jack and Lily's parents and others during the polygraph tests. Colonel Curl says she anticipates more people will be asked to do polygraph tests, and if the exact wording is released, it could seriously risk the integrity of the results of future tests. Well, you know what? You're not asking the right damn questions. Because if you didn't ask if Daniel removed the children from the property, alive or passed away, then you haven't asked the right questions, in my opinion. And furthermore, to hell with your polygraph tests. They don't work anyway. Who all passed them? Ted Bundy passed it. I don't know. There's a long list of people that passed them, including Candace Bly Wells. In the Summer Wells case, she finally allegedly passed it. Right? So they must not work. So who cares about your polygraph tests? It's more about the thought that you've convinced somebody that they're going to get caught. And so therefore they do giveaways, right? But if they're on rugs, even if it's prescription related, I mean, look how calm the mother was in the interview. I want them back in their beds. I think she can pass a polygraph test based on whatever she was taking for those interviews. Lisbon says, police and CCAS always wait till it's too late in your opinion, or they involve themselves where help is not needed. You're not alone in feeling that way. Miss Brooks Murray opposed releasing her personal information. Pay close attention, because it's highly personal, biographical core information that reveals intimate details about her as a person. She's not very attached to the kids, in my opinion. Would it reveal a lot more about her personally and her relationship with Jack and Lily? Would it reveal why she had a breakdown and Jamie was taking the kids off the bus? Does it highlight a high-risk situation for the children where she would become the main suspect? Why is she working so hard to suppress all of this? Miss Murray Brooks opposed releasing her personal information because it's highly personal, biographical core information that reveals intimate details about her as a person, wrote her lawyers Jennifer Cox and Samantha Allen in the submissions date January 9th. Mrs. Brooks Murray, whose father is Micmac, I try my best, y'all, is a member of the, I can't say it, and I don't want to missay it, but of the First Nations. Her lawyers asked the court to consider harm to her dignity through an Indigenous lens, noting that anti-Indigenous stereotypes are persuasive and harmful. Releasing information about Mrs. Murray Brooks causes a greater affront to her dignity, as it may breathe life into these stereotypes, wrote Mrs. Cox and Mrs. Allen. Hold on. Let's get up here. Doesn't say may cause. So the information that they're fighting to suppress about the mother will cause. All right, because here's how she says it. This is a quote. Releasing information about Mrs. Brooks Murray causes a greater affront to her dignity, as it may breathe life into these stereotypes. All right, hold on. Your kids are missing and you're worried about how others will see you. So you're wasting more time, in my opinion, fighting to protect your information than jumping on social media or mainstream media or doing any interview at all publicly to advocate for your children, to let the world know that you gave a crap. You're more worried how everybody else is going to see you than if you see your kids again, in my humble opinion. Because you're getting lawyers to fight for you on this. Why aren't you fighting for your children? Daniel didn't have a problem, and I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm not giving him any clear. I think he is the one personally responsible, in my humble opinion, of the cover-up. I think he had a motive to cover up something that Malia may have done because he knew he would be the primary suspect. I think Janie's covering up for him as well. But he had no problem. He's like, get it out there. Maybe they'll find the kids. But he knows damn well we're not going to find the kids because he was waist deep in water. And it must have been traumatic because he's waist deep in water all the time fishing. He has photographs of being waist deep in water. So who cares if he was waist deep in water? Unless it was in a place, might have been a little treacherous, like the Bay of Fundy or something like that. Or at another location where being waist deep, there could have been drop-offs and so forth. I don't know. I just find it highly sus that she's fighting so hard to suppress information that causes greater affront to her dignity. What is so undignified about what we would learn? Says Mr. Martell did not take a position in court about the release of the information. He didn't care. Highly personal, biographical, core information, that reveals intimate details about her as a person. So I'm asking questions. Is she such a shitty person? And this shows up in the paperwork that she's like, they'll turn on me and think I'm the main suspect? Was it alleged that she wouldn't take care of these kids, that everybody had to do it for her? Because what was holding her back was something, because she had tried to leave Daniel. We got O'Grady, who we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Oh, Geds, right? Geddes, whatever. I call him O'Grady. He wouldn't help for nothing. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not getting involved in none of that. That's what he told Patty. Then the kids go missing, and he's headfirst into it. Now he's flip-flop. He was all about, no, Daniel didn't do nothing. Janie didn't do nothing. The kids are all hidden by Malia's family, blah, 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 blah. And now he's turning around, and he's like, no, it's Daniel, right? He's got little asterisks. But yeah, he's the one not cooperating with the RCMPs. He's got messed up kids that are friends with Daniel. That are in contact with Daniel or Malia or both within 48 hours, maybe even 24 hours when these kids go missing. So why is he involving himself? We're going to get into that tomorrow. All right, so then let's get back into this. Let's pull this all back. If she is fighting to maintain her dignity, there's something very undignified about the information. That is probably, it sounds just like to me, this is like, put it in layman's terms, from my personal perspective, I look at this and say, oh, so basically, we're going to find out how much of a crappy person the mother is and how little she gave a shit, a truth train coming through about these kids. And everybody's going to be like, why was there a bathtub of water there in the morning? Anybody else wondering what I'm feeling? Francis says, thought also at the time that the kids were with someone that they thought they'd be safe with and can't come clean now, and the kid's genuinely missing after that. Yeah, that's, in my opinion, that was interference. Paula Smith says, the fire must be used to heat the water. I wonder when the last time it was serviced and fueled and cleaned. Good questions. Lisbon feels she did it because she's banned. Well, we're not going to get into the political part of cultures, so we aren't going to do that. That's not allowed here. I don't care if she is Native or not. It doesn't matter to me. It's a mother with missing children behaving inappropriately, in my opinion. Rachel says, please don't forget to show Mama D your love and appreciation by smashing that like button. Go give it a smack, y'all. Thank you muchly with sprinkles on top. Love yous. Thank you, Rach. I love it when you do that. Funny how he flips after the drama, but you know what one thing he was sticking with, not saying Malaya was innocent. Not once in all his story changes has he cleared him. I don't know. I don't think so either. She is sweet. Daniel wasn't. Okay, Daniel doesn't want the financial parts unredacted. Well, and I get financial. You really don't want the whole world knowing you're broke as a joke, right? These are the questions I would wonder. I'm not a doctor, but I would love to know, was she bipolar? Could she have flipped on them kids? Could some of this abuse have been from her? The RCMP arrived much quicker than D and M expected, hence couldn't do the GoFundMe. Hold on, I gotta talk to you. We gotta talk about a secret. Come here, come here. Do you remember when Janie would let the RCMP in her trailer on Saturday? But they got a search warrant, got in there on Sunday, and she didn't even care. Do you remember that? She wouldn't let him in her trailer on Saturday. She told Malaya, watch my trailer, don't let anybody in there on Saturday. Why? Big dog's in there, right? Watch my dog. But that big dog didn't have anything to do with the little dog that we saw. Belinda said it, Haley said it, whoever, Cheryl, I don't care. Someone said it, a lot of people said it was a beige dog that they all heard. Big dog. Kind of like a pit bull type dog, all right? I think that dog was borrowed. Why? To keep everybody out of Janie's trailer, because the boot print was in the driveway right there, I believe, was planted. And the problem would be, if they went in her trailer, they may have found the boots. That's my true belief, that they planted the boot prints. Not only would they find the boot print, but I believe they would still find the remnants of that fresh dirt of the driveway on Lil Jack's boot print. That's my secret. Yeah, so she put a big dog in there so nobody could go in there. And she told Malaya, watch it like a hawk, man. And that boot print was right by her trailer. Why? To provide proof of life for children that probably weren't alive. That's just saying. There it is. Whoop! There it is. Whoop! There it is. Yeah. Let's do the goat. Let's do the goat. Glensben, I think Jackie's boots were in the cupboard. The cupboard. The little old lady with the cupboard? Mm-hmm. I think so. Lisbon, on to something. Bam, bam. Yeah. I think that's the secret. Because they had to make it smell like the kids there. There was a reason that they had to make it look like these children were alive in the morning. Nobody laid eyes on Jack that day. No one. The only person that laid eyes on Jack was Lilly. Nobody wants to say that they saw Jack, because Jack, I do not believe, was alive at that time. Lisbon, Mama D might be onto something as usual. I just study these cases really hard. Maybe the boots, possibly Lily's backpack, could be both. The backpack and the boots. Aw, Karen, sorry love, no notification, we'll have to do replay. Mama gets a go. So you guys, that's the ticket. That's the real ticket here, is what is going on with this entire idea that she needs to suppress everything to preserve her dignity. What kind of undignified shit is being suppressed here? I want to know. If my kids are missing, I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you think about me. But find my kids, right? That's because I would never hurt my kids. Never physically hurt my children. I have hurt their feelings by saying your room's disgusting. This has got to change. And they're like, little bitty kids. They're like, but I do my best. I'm like, you have not picked up one thing, and they're hurt. But that's parenting. You have to hurt their feelings sometimes. You can't be their friends all the time. But I would never stop looking until I found my children. I would find my children too, one way or another. She has dignity? Shocked. Nikki, did I roll my eyes for you? She has dignity? Hey, Cheryl Ferris, how are you? Good to see you, love. Hey, Karen again. What are you guys' thoughts? Allison, 100% Mama D. So, if you got nothing to say, I'll jump off here. Because the cupboard. I'm saying that's where them boots were. Jackie's boots. Maybe the book bag, but I can just, in my heart, I'm like, why would you put a dog that isn't yours in there? To guard something. To guard something. The lady had to go get a search warrant and come back the next day. Gives you plenty of time. But see, it was that whole part where you guys brought it up and you were like, well, the RCMP got there unexpectedly quick, right? And I was like, oh yeah. Did they forget to get rid of the boots? And so they threw them in Janie's cupboard? Because those little boots would fit so nicely in a little cupboard in that little Breaking Bad camper. And then you got the big bad dog in there that's probably Justin's 100-year-old dog that has a big bark but won't hurt nobody. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But you don't want them RCP in there. So you're going to cause that distraction. And you're going to boo-hoo. I sat down right here on this sawhorse and I bawled my eyes out. And Justin was crying too because he saw me crying. That's all distraction. Because you don't want anything found in your camper, which I think is the boots. What dignity does she have left if her dignity is being protected by ruining it by walking away? What could be worse? What could be worse for people to think of you than you abandoning your missing children within 36 hours of them missing? You're so right on that. In your opinion, she had no dignity when she walked away. Right. She had no... What dignity? Allison, really wonder what that hidden information is. That's the bone in this case. When I was looking at this redacted information, I'll be honest. That little shove one time didn't amount to much because she doesn't have a string of police reports where she was abused. She doesn't have a whole bunch of family members going, every time I saw Malaya, she's covered in bruises. No, only the children do. So she wasn't even protecting the children. Either her or her partner, in my opinion, or both, were not treating those children proper. I believe both of them were being neglected. I mean, these children would go to a stranger if you had water. If you have a drink of damn water, these children would gladly go with you quickly. Water! Oh, they've got water. Let's go, Jackie. Let's go. The guy has water. What is that shit? You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Welcome back, Ms. Bus Driver. Good to see you. Oh, Jamie is in deeper than we think. Anything to save her boys from jail. I agree with that statement. That's my opinion as well. Thank you for sharing yours. Seriously, her dignity was gone when she did that. What could be worse? Right. Absolutely. I agree with you. Hey, Bonnie Randall. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. Hey, Jan Funk in the house. Go check out her channel. Love to you. Love to you. You're doing great on the thumbs up, you guys, says Rage, but we could use a few more. Run now if you haven't had a chance already, and love you. Thank you, sweetheart. Carlos is 100% Mama D, sending you tons of healing energy, Carla, and Rage. Bonnie Randall says, right, Mama D, that was such a revealing comment. They'll go with anyone who offers them food or water. What the actual F, right? So I'm asking you guys. Just saying. What is so undignified in these documents that the mother is actually going to, with her lawyers, to try and suppress information about her, who she really is? Well, I'd love to know who she really is. What kind of relationship did she have with her children? Because it doesn't sound like she gave a crap. Now, I do want to do a shout out real quick before I get off here. Allison says, it seriously is disturbing. Kids would go with anyone for food and water. Water, food equals love and attention. That's why they would go with anyone they wanted saving. Wow, Lisbon, that's very sad to think that could be true. Hey, Joyce Dawn, good to see you. Courtster just made a live. What is she hiding? Right, Allison? Thank you, Carla. So I want to do a real quick shout out to Daphne, Case Files. She did a live earlier today. I stopped in, said hello to her. But she made some good points. And these points are basically that it just left my head. Just hold on. Go watch her video, because it left my head like right now, like it was like exited out my left ear or something. I don't know. She had some good points. Let me think. She made a lot of good points, but she was more focused on Malia being the victim, and I don't see it that way. That's just my opinion, but that isn't what I was all about. She made some good points about something. I don't know. Go watch her channel. Give her a lot of love. I'd have to rewatch it. I totally lost a thought. Here's a guess and only a guess. Bonnie says, did he make her do some camming? I don't know what camming is. What is camming, hon? Looks like I'll be on replay. Sorry, Courtster Lisbon. It's been a cam girl, really. Oh, camming. Oh, photography. I couldn't tell you. Joyce Dawn, welcome to Private Eyes. Joyce Dawn, you get the goat. I dropped the goat, Billy the goat. All right, you guys. So we're going to do a live tomorrow on Jack and Lilly Sullivan. We're going to hand the live chat over to our beautiful PIs. And we're going to be talking about a little bit about that Derwent O'Grady. O'Grady's. Oh, wow. Because is he more involved? I just feel there's more to the story, don't you? Yes, there, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you. Go check her out. She made some great points. There was a couple in there that I was like, oh my, that really made me think. I think it was about the dog, Janie's dog. It totally left me. Totally left me. Rach says, thank you, Mama D, and my beautiful sisters, mods, and all in chat and on replay. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out if you haven't already. Love you always. There, that proves her priorities are out of whack, too. So either way, messed up. I agree with that. I agree with that. And we're going to end right there with justice for Jack and Lilly. We all pray for Jack and Lilly Sullivan and Summer Wells. Little Sebastian Rogers. I love you all. To the moon and back. I'll see you again soon. Thank you, my loves.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemy